Matlock.
What are you doing with a Matlock poster?
So it's funny you say that. I had a buddy who literally just texted me the other day and was like, he sent me the Matlock theme and he was like, I hate that I have this was just stuck in my head. And I know it was you that it was stuck in my head because I could do the whole da, da, da. He's an Atlanta trial lawyer in the 80s, as you.
I'm fully aware.
It was my favorite show. Like I watched it on WGN a bunch growing up. Like when I was sick home from school, I was watching Matlock, and Andy Griffith was before me, and that was my dad, like his all-time favorite show. So that's more of him. So I got this, and it's like this really cool, like metal, like just really, really cool type find that I found.
You don't do Andy Griffith?
It's fine. I'm just more of a Matlock guy. It's fine.
What do you mean it's fine? It's fine?
It's fine.
That's the best you got? It's fine? That's not good.
It doesn't age as well as Matlock. You know what Matlock's doing? You know what Ben's doing? Ben is out here putting murderers away every single day in Atlanta, Georgia. Do you know what they're doing in Mayberry? Not a thing. They aren't solving any crimes. They aren't on top of their game.
It was an original Seinfeld. It was a show about nothing.
Yeah. Matlock's a show about something. It's a show about Ben Matlock.
You're not a Seinfeld guy?
Oh, I love Seinfeld.
You should love Mayberry, right? They're both kind
of. I didn't say I hated it. I just said it wasn't.
All right, so here's my other question. Are you watching some Angela Lansbury Murder She Wrote on the Hallmark Part 2 channel? Were you a double feature Matlock Murder She Wrote guy?
Love Murder She Wrote.
No.
Love Murder She Wrote. That was my grandmother's favorite show. Watched that a lot when I was there. Definitely Matlock was more, but I will tell you, my wife, she's made fun of me. Like, and you mentioned Hallmark. I think I've seen every Aurora Teagarden movie, the Hallmark movies. Do you know what I'm talking about? The detective, Aurora Teagarden, the library detective.
I walk out of the room. My wife lives on that channel.
But does she do Aurora Teagarden?
I walk out of the. I don't know. I walk out of the room when that stuff is on, man.
It's so good. I have a lot going on every day, Brent. I get to turn all my worries.
Are you watching all the Christmas movies in July? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not that guy. But I will say, you know what?
We're the two high school sweethearts who hadn't seen each other in 15 years come back and fall in love in front of a Christmas tree.
No, that's not me. But I will say, I don't know if you'll like this. I'm a Christmas tree all year round kind of guy.
It's not a Christmas. At that point, it's just a pine tree.
No, it's not.
A spruce tree.
It's got lights. Have you ever just turned off when you're kind of going through it and you're just like kind of stressed and you're like, let's turn the lights down, watch some TV, and turn the Christmas tree back on with the colored lights and everything, and you just.
Do you have a Christmas tree up right now?
Yeah.
Jeez. This take is a lot worse than your Joe Milton take. You're going to take a lot more ribbing for this. You're probably going to edit this part out. Let's move on to some more manly things. Who is that underneath Mayberry next to Peyton Manning? Is that
Doc Rivers?
Okay, Doc Rivers. Mm-hmm. I started to say that's not Spud. It's too small for Spud.
No, Doc Rivers, Atlanta Hawk Doc Rivers. And then I got like this huge Atlanta Braves World Series.
Oh, you're a Doc guy, not a Neek guy? Not a Dominique guy?
Neek's okay. I was more of a Doc guy. You know what's weird is my favorite, like who I saw the most growing up because they were
a Tree Rollins guy at the end of the day, weren't you?
No, Alan Henderson.
You're too young for Tree Rollins. You don't.
Yeah, no, not for me. I also loved ISO Joe. Like I was a big those forgotten Hawks teams with Joe Johnson and Josh Smith.
They were forgotten.
Yes,
and with good reason, right?
He was like a 10-time All-Star. 7-time All-Star? What was he?
Did they ever do anything in the league where everybody gets in the playoffs and they play year round?
They made the playoffs. They had a streak. They had one of the longest NBA playoff streaks, consecutive playoff streaks.
Did they ever get out of the first round? Did they ever make any noise?
What are you doing to me, Brent? What is this? What's happening over the last 4 minutes? Just because I didn't love Andy Griffith, Brent has turned on me.
I'm just trying to figure out what we got going on here. Okay. I was fine with the Matlock thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay.
Do you see they're rebooting it?
No, and they shouldn't reboot it. I'm okay with him. I mean, he was the modern day Perry Mason. Like, I can get that. You know, you did go down. When you tell me you like the old lady riding a bicycle on the intro for Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote. I'm just like,
what did she do to deserve these drive-bys, Brent? Like, what? She's out here just existing in her little town of Maine, solving crimes.
There's a lot of crime in that town.
There's a lot of crime in that town.
How did that happen?
A lot of
How
crime.
did Tom Bosley find his way to Maine? Is my other question.
I like Bosch. It's pretty manly.
This thing's off the rails, man. What have you done? I've got work to do.
Man, I got to tell my wife I've been tested here. No, I mean, look, we like. I love jazz.
You're a Renaissance man. Congratulations.
I mean, look, it's on the name. Sports Renaissance man. It's right there, Brent.
Oh, you are a Renaissance man. But I mean, sports, I didn't know exactly what Renaissance meant. I didn't know it meant the Hallmark Network or the Hallmark
It
channel.
means everything. I know a little bit about everything.
You're what's the girl that was on Kirk Cameron's sister? What was her name? Candace.
Oh, Candace Cameron Bure.
Yeah, she married the hockey player. So you're a big fan of her because she's like, did she leave that network? She's on a different network.
She did. Now. So they're not finishing the Aurora Teagarden movies.
Was that a crushing blow? Was that a devastation deal to see her leave Hallmark to go to wherever she went?
It was brutal for me because I am a big fan of those movies. Like those movies, they're so perfect to have some decaf coffee, put on the weighted blanket, Brent, get nice. Get nice and cozy.
You've got the monogrammed Hallmark blanket on your couch.
There's nothing wrong with that.
With some warm chamomile tea or something.
Love chamomile tea. This is chamomile tea in here right now. Love some chamomile tea. I'm going to get some sleep tea right after this. And it's like a mixture of...
You need some. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just saying. I mean...
Look, man. I don't know if you can tell here. Not a lot of calluses on these hands. Not really my game.
Here's my thing. I love it. Here's my favorite thing. You be you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chase. You be you. And if you need a good evening marathon of Murder, She Wrote,
yes,
Matlock, you roll with it. You be you. Go for it.
And if I'm like feeling a little insecure, then I'm just gonna pop on some Bosch and be like, yeah, let's go. Bosch. LA crime. LA noir. Tough. Because when people think Chase Thomas, they think tough, burly, gritty.
Yeah, same way with me, right?
I don't know. You're doing the farm thing. I think you get a pass. I think people think that you
I'm just an idiot. I'm just not very smart. I mean, I've only been doing this website for 22 years and 23 years now. And what are you going to do in the month of June and July in your off season? I'm going to get up every morning at 6:30 and go pick beans because I'm a genius. Makes a ton of sense, right? Hey, what'd you do today? I picked a bushel of beans.
Is that what they're called? A bushel?
When you get enough of them, yeah, you get 20 USDA weight, I think, is 28 pounds. 28.
And they're called a bushel.
It's a bushel of beans. That's a weight.
Okay. I never knew that.
That's a weight scale thing. So when I'm doing some radio in the mornings, generally I've got my AirPods in and I'm generally crawling on the ground or sitting on the ground picking beans if it's in the month of July when I do that. So
it's hot. Seems a little hot.
That's why you got to start early.
I don't think I'm going to do the farm life, Brent. I don't think it's for me.
We don't serve a lot of chamomile tea on the farm. My wife does watch Hallmark though, so I mean that's possible here. So, man. But again, you be you.
I'm gonna be me. That's all I can be. I'm sorry for rhyming. Like I've got my